Davis has revealed the shocking details of his confrontation with Devin Haney, highlighting the brutal nature of this incident. It all began when Tank showed his support for Ryan Garcia after he was recently accused of using a banned substance for the Haney fight. Davis stands by Garcia, steadfast in his belief in Garcia's innocence, and advocating for a rematch to clear his name.
It's not somebody that he really like confrontation, you know, so for people to like go at him, I feel as though, and you see how as soon as why didn't it take 72 hours for the test to come back, right? Right. So why ain't come out that Tuesday or that week next? They waited till Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug. Then once they pushed that, Devin and them was on ESPN that night promoting that he was. It's all in. I'm telling you.
However, he has also reaffirmed his commitment to facing Ryan Garcia once more, this time at the 140 pounds weight class. Undeterred by the criticism he's facing regarding his alleged positive tests, Davis told Cigar Talk that Ryan wasn't even at 145 and questioned why he couldn't be at 140. Instead, he expressed his willingness to fight Ryan at 140.
Like, he got to come to 145 so we could do a part
145.
Is that something you?
He's not even at 145.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said a catch weight. He said we have to do a catch weight at 145.
But why would it be 140? Why can't it be 140?
Yeah.
Why can't it be 140?
That's what he said. Would you be interested in that? Or
Yeah,
like, nah,
I'll fight him at 140. Bro, if you look at the fight of Devin versus Ryan and me versus Ryan, it wasn't no different. He actually looked worse fighting.
Fighting Devin?
Go look at it.
What you think was the main difference? Because people say his power looked crazier this time.
Go look at it.
Yeah.
His power didn't look crazy. He only have a hook. Where he knocked Devin out with. Where he kept hitting with. He kept dropping him with a hook. He never dropped him with nothing else but a hook.
Concerns arose regarding weight, with Tank noting that Garcia's division is 140 pounds, not 143, 145, opting for a rematch with Ryan rather than facing contenders like Frank Martin within his weight category could significantly boost Gervonta's purse in recent years. Davis has been battling at 135 pounds, making it necessary for Garcia to drop down a weight class for a potential matchup. Their initial encounter saw them both at 136 pounds, with a strict 10 pounds rehydration clause in effect. Moreover, Gervonta Davis didn't mince words as he dissected Devin Haney's defeat to Garcia. Davis squarely attributed the loss to Haney's tactical misstep of lingering in Garcia's striking range, allowing himself to be repeatedly caught by the same punishing left hook as throughout their bout last year. But Haney firmly attributes his sole loss to Ryan to unfair play, alleging Ryan's breach of the weight limit by 3.2 pounds during the weigh-in and subsequent detection of PEDs in his system. Tank completely disregards any excuses, seeing Haney's shortcomings is clear evidence of his incompetence. In Davis's perspective, Haney's inability to prevent Ryan from landing left hooks throughout the night is a testament to his lack of skill and awareness. Haney's penchant for remaining stationary played perfectly into Ryan's strategy. Given his proficiency in delivering lightning-fast, powerful shortle hooks, Devin proved to be a stationary target for Ryan throughout the night, failing to adapt after feeling the impact of Ryan's pinches in both the first and 7th rounds. Tank said, "Look at Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, then look at my fight versus Ryan. If Ryan looked any different, he probably looked worse versus Haney. Bigger, much slower. He only hit him with the same punch. I told everybody a hook, a hook, a hook." Haney could have implemented some modifications from the start to evade the impact of Ryan's formidable left hook. However, he found himself unable to do so due to his inclination towards clinching tactics. Haney's strategy heavily revolves around persistent holding, a tactic he employs to nullify his opponent's offensive prowess. Remarkably, referees consistently turn a blind eye to his grappling, refraining from issuing penalties or warnings. Moreover, Haney strategically leveraged his strengths against Ryan, actively engaging in close quarters combat to secure holds and absorb Ryan's short check left hook. Opting to maintain distance might have improved his odds of victory, but Haney's reliance on clinching rendered that approach infeasible. Tank added, "Devin was sitting right there to be caught with the hook. And they were talking about this guy pound for pound. Come on, he's trash. Following Ryan Garcia's failed test, he vehemently refutes any involvement with illicit substances, asserting that his samples were tampered with by external parties, labeling the positive results as an inside job. Meanwhile, Gervonta Tank Davis his while adversary points fingers at Eddie Hearn, the intermittent promoter associated with Haney, accusing him of potentially influencing or manipulating the test outcomes. However, Chasonnen dismisses any notions of conspiracy surrounding Garcia's positive test. Sonnen remains indifferent to recent speculations, focusing instead on the impending consequences for Garcia. He dismisses the significance of these theories, suggesting that most fighters react similarly to positive tests rather than dwelling on these speculations. Sonnen finds a more pressing question to explore. Sun and questioned in a video on his YouTube channel that it would consistently repeat the same story over and over again. He emphasized that the larger concern at present was not regarding Garcia and Haney's contractual agreements, but rather who held authority over the purported findings, and what potential disciplinary measures would be taken if any. Although the answer to the issue is now unknown, Eddie Hearn believes that Garcia would suffer a severe blow as a result of the current course of events. Eddie Hearn and the Devin Haney camp are clamoring for a reversal of fate after the tumultuous defeat to Ryan Garcia, where Haney suffered multiple knockdowns, seeking to nullify the loss and debut no contest. They are following a well-trodden path in combat sports where victories can be invalidated due to the winner's failed tests, as Hearn points out, citing unfair circumstances. The odds of this happening are stacking up, with Garcia not only testing positive, but also exceeding the super lightweight limit by 3 pounds. Hearn said in a recent interview Devin Haney's side are distraught, angry, and of course wants this about to be a no contest, which is very likely, I would say, discussing what lies ahead for Garcia as he endeavors to vindicate himself. Hearn expressed his belief that the road ahead would be fraught with trials, describing it as a harrowing ordeal. Hearn's intimate understanding of the grueling process fighters endure to challenge their test results was underscored in his recent experience with Conor Ben. Garcia, now facing a similar predicament, can initiate the process by requesting the testing of his B sample. Typically, testing protocols involve the collection of 2 samples, A and B. The A sample is initially tested, and if it yields a positive result for prohibited substances, athletes have the option to contest it by having the B sample examined as well. Hearn added, I don't know Ryan Garcia, I have no idea if he's cheated or not. But as I said in this situation, I've said it before, guilty until proven innocent, and he's going to have to go through his hearings. I don't know if he's going to have the resilience to go through this process, because I've seen it break people. Although proceeding with Garcia's plan seems like a natural progression, there are 2 significant ethic points to consider. Firstly, it's unprecedented for the findings of the secondary sample to deviate from those of the primary sample. Secondly, Garcia's inclination towards conspiracy theories is evident. He's already asserted that if they tampered with his A sample, then why wouldn't they do the same with his B sample? In another interview, Hearn added, I spoke to Devin. He's absolutely furious. The guy came in 3 pounds overweight and had peds in his system. He will want an immediate no contest regardless of Ryan's innocence or guilt. He had peds in his system when he fought Devin and came in 3 pounds overweight. If you're Devin, you're thinking, me, I've been screwed. Hearn remained tight-lipped regarding his plans for a potential rematch for Devin, leaving speculations swirling. Meanwhile, Ryan stands firm in his decision not to grant Haney a rematch, citing his belief in having emerged victorious fair and square, and questioning the necessity of a repeat confrontation. Meanwhile, as Tank is supporting Garcia in this whole drama, Garcia is showing his support for Frank Martin ahead of his fight with Tank. Recently, one of the reporters asked Garcia, have you sparred with Frank Martin? Garcia replied no, while they both honed their skills under Derek James' guidance. He and Martin shared the journey of training together. However, diverging paths led him to also step into the ring against the formidable Baltimorean. Hence, the reporter asked, but you trained alongside him, and obviously you've been in the ring with Gervonta. Who are you taking in that fight? Man King RY responded, I'm going to go with Frank because I'm going to be there every step of the way and put him in a game like this is what he likes to do. This is what he will do. Bo boom. However, when the interviewer asked him if he thought Frank Martin would be able to force an early pause on Tank, he sounded uncertain. Initially, journalists were intrigued by Ryan Garcia's take on Tank's decision not to pursue a bout with Devin Haney from a pugilistic standpoint. Garcia opined that Tank leans towards a business-centric approach in his fighting style. Meanwhile, Tank squarely targeted Martin, who was spotted partying alongside Ryan Garcia. Tank didn't hold back, expressing disdain for Martin's RRY with Garcia, and doubling down on his critique by asserting that Martin lacked the dedication to forgo training prior to their upcoming bout.